Hello, everybody. Tom here tonight, and we're going to share an amazing opportunity. We're here to talk about Ingresso Cybernetico. That's the resource for entrepreneurs to do business on the internet. So the first couple of things we want to check is, one, can you hear me okay, and can you see my screen? We should be on the first slide. It says Ingresso Cybernetico up there in the top left corner and has a guy on his laptop right there. So if you can hear me okay, and if you can see my screen, type in a number 7. I know I'm talking here about a minute early, so I'll give it just a second to see if you guys can hear me okay. All right, good. It looks like everybody can see the screen and they can hear me okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the business presentation. So, hey, we're glad you're here, and this will be recorded, so you can also watch it on YouTube later. It'll be on Ingresso Cybernetico's YouTube channel. All right, good. We got some more sevens popping up. So let's just dive right in. We're real excited to have this opportunity to share this business presentation with you tonight. So let's talk about Ingresso Cybernetico. You're probably wondering what Ingresso Cybernetico is. So let's just dive right in. Ingresso Cybernetico is a complete turnkey business. We offer a tool suite of products every marketer wants and needs to be successful on the internet. We show you step by step how to use the tools as well as strategies and techniques to be successful on the internet. Now, IC combines the best of both internet marketing and the home-based business industry with our tool suite and aggressive comp plan. Okay? So let's give you a little bit of background, a little bit of history about Ingresso Cybernetico. You're probably wondering when it started and things like that. So let's just dive right in. Now, Ingresso Cybernetico is a company that's based out of Medellin, Colombia. They started doing business in September of 2012. So a little bit of history on that. They saw a niche or a need in the market that nobody else really covered a whole complete tool suite in Spanish. No one really took care of the Spanish-speaking population of the world, all right, on a full-time basis, like it was really designed for them from day one. So that's what they decided to do. The original plan was to run that way for about the first 5 years and then integrate other languages, including English. And it just started to take off in North America early, so there was a large demand, right? And then they went ahead and decided to convert over to English and Portuguese going into 2014, right? Now, Ingresso Cybernetico is truly a global opportunity, and we are committed to providing online business services for all who choose to utilize our products and services around the world. Okay. Now here's a great group of guys right here. It's the company owners. Right there in the middle, you got Dwayne Golden as the CEO, and to my left is Juan Carlos Olaya. He is the president. Right there is a great fella, and then the master behind all the programming is Jatin Patel. He's the CIO, programming guru down there, taking care of all that stuff and in charge of the innovation that you're seeing in all these amazing products that have been implemented and added to what we have to offer just this year. Let's go over some of those products because Ingresso Cybernetico really has a full tool suite of things you can use to build any type of business, whether you have your own small brick and mortar store or you're running a network marketing business or you're building a business right here with Ingresso. Either way, we have you covered here. So right now we're using some software called Cybernetico Live. Now Cybernetico Live is the world's first all-in-one webinar hangout business suite. So we take the Google technology right now of the Hangouts and put it in with a nice system that has the ability to schedule the webinar, and you can do it public, you can do it private, you can have the chat over here, you can have offers and polls and things like that. A lot of really cool stuff that you used to only be able to get stuff like that with the premium like GoToWebinar type package that costs well over $500 a month. So there's really a lot of value here in Cybernetico Live. We have Chat and Serve. It's a premier communication and live chat support ticket system that's available not only for you to use on your own websites, but we also have some amazing training out there right now that Dwayne Golden and Dwayne Golden Jr. have been putting out that teaches people how to take that product right there and then package it in a sense where you can go out and sell that to business owners that need it on the web. Maybe they have a web presence and they're under 100,000 on the Alexa score where they could use, they would convert more sales if they had live chat on it. So we teach you how to actually set that whole thing up and sell it to them as a package for several $1,000s a month. and that's pretty amazing. Once you get started with Ingresso, you can dive into that training and go from there. Now, I'm sure you've heard before also that the money's in the list, right? If you're building a business on the internet, you want to grab email subscribers and things like that. So we have our own autoresponder. It's the ultimate lead generation system. It's called Magic Responder. It's a very robust autoresponder system back there you can do a lot of different things with, and there's tons of training on how to get that set up and working for you and moving you forward in your business. Now, one of my favorite tools to use, I mean, these first four really are my favorite, but one I use almost daily is IC Lead Pages, right? IC Lead Pages is probably the best landing page software on the planet. It's very simple to use because you can pop right in there, pick from one of the different templates, change the words, add a video if it's a video page, and really set it up where the buttons link to, add images, things like that. Some of the pages you can even change the background on, put your own image up there. So it's very robust lead pages system. It's called IC Lead Pages now. Moving right along, we have the Ingresso Cloud. Ingresso Cloud is something you can run on either a PC or a Mac, and you can set it up to scan and back up your files. You can actually control whether you want it to back up the whole computer or just certain files. Then you can access those files, pulling them from the cloud wherever you're at, as long as you have internet access. You can even grab there's an app for iOS and for Android, so you're even able to go ahead and grab those files and pull them in on your phone as well if you need to pull them up that way, right? So also we have IC Host World. You can host your own websites right here with Ingresso Cybernetico. Now, there's not a little image for this, but you get a replicated blog with Ingresso Cybernetico, right? But if you want to have something you can totally customize and make something different than everything out there that's not cookie cutter, you can use the IC Host World, right, and set up your own sites hosting it right through here and not have to pay somebody else $10, $15, $20 a month. You do it right through Ingresso, and it's included in the business packages. Now, all these products, the quantity that you get with them, they're based on the business center purchases. We'll go through that here in a minute, but there's several different business centers, and you can start with one, or you can start with all of them, or any combination. Maybe you want to start somewhere in the middle. You can strategize on that, but the higher the business center, the more products and services you get. Not only quantity, but quality as well, basically, like capacity. So, for example, Magic Responder, say at one business level you had 500 subscribers limit, okay? And then maybe you could go ahead and go up to the next business center and bump it up to 2,500. So that's kind of what I mean by quantity. All right, so, and there's also an app. You can not only have an app right on your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android phone. You can have an Ingresso app on your phone, but here's what's cool too. Once you get up and you're a leader and you're building your business, you're at one of the higher business centers, you can have Ingresso Cybernetico make a custom app for you. You know, do whatever you want to do. Maybe you're a business owner, you're watching this, and maybe you own a restaurant. You want to have your customers be able to check in and tell their friends. So you're going to create an actual app for that. Maybe an app they can pull up the menu. Or maybe you're a network marketing leader that sees the value of Ingresso Cybernetico, and you want to be able to get personal development type messages or short videos or whatever out to your subscribers, no matter where they're at. Okay, so you're gonna maybe you have an app just for your team that makes you even more exclusive. All right, because I know you're part of the elite and you're watching this and you see the value, and that's something you want. There's another thing we have called IC Languages too. So if you ever wanted to learn a foreign language, that's included right here, because we have not only will we teach you, if English isn't your first language, you want to get better at English, you can learn English, of course, but also you can learn Spanish and Portuguese. Very exciting stuff back there. And the instructors are great. All right, college level, type experience here. These guys are just awesome at what they do. So definitely take advantage of that once you become part of Ingresso Cybernetico. Here's a really cool thing. The digital products that we have, there's two different things you can do with those. One, you can download those products and use them yourself. They range from maybe an ebook that gives you some information. You could learn more about marketing to basically some sort of widgets and things like that, plugins you can use on a WordPress blog, that type of stuff. So that's all included with your Ingresso Cybernetico membership. The other cool thing about those digital products, and I'll talk more about that here in a minute, is each one of those that you have access to, which will increase on the higher business centers that you get, but each one you have access to, you're also going to have a sales page. You'll see when you get back in your back office, okay? Hold on, let me drink water here. But you get back in your back office, right? And you can see the products that you have available to you once you click that button. It'll pop up. You can either download it right there, or you can also click the other button and open it up the page. And when you open up the page, the URL that it's at is basically going to be your referral ID. So you could, if you have a large email list or you're building a list or you want to go out and sell that product individually, say it sells for regularly $49, but they can buy it right now on sale for 27 bucks. Right? Well, when they buy that, when somebody buys it at that link, your link right there, you'll see your username up in the URL. It'll be a real long one, so you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But you're going to get paid directly into your Ingresso Cybernetico e-wallet back there, which is another good thing about Ingresso. You don't have to go out and get your own e-wallet that costs you another 25, 30 bucks a month. You don't have to get your own merchant account. This truly is a turnkey business for you, because not only do you have all the products and services that you need, but you have tons and tons of training. Typically we're doing 2 or 3 trainings a week. There's hundreds of trainings cataloged back there in your back office you have access to, and there's a 30-day blueprint we'll talk more about here in a minute, but I definitely recommend you plug into starting on day 1. Okay, and the other thing is you're able to get your own domain name, so you can start to brand yourself that way. You're able to get your domain name right through Ingresso Cybernetico, and if you want to buy more at other places after you get that one, you can still point that back and use it with your IC host role as well. Now let's talk about the IC Partnership Program. Yeah, someone just had a quick, hold on a second, question. Yeah, I just went to the next slide, so you should be seeing it right now. Give me a thumbs up or give me a number 1 if you can see the next slide. It says IC Partnership Program on it. But here we go. So the IC Partnership Program, you receive up to 100% commissions on select Ingresso Cybernetico products. Now this is an optional program. It does cost an additional $300, right? You pay that one time per year. Now this program will be discontinued on August 31st. That doesn't mean it's going away. That means you're just not accepting new members into it as of August 31st of 2014. So that's just a few days away. And the reason being, okay, is the fact that they want to protect the marketplace. They want to, they only want to have so many people that are part of the IC Partnership Program. All right, so it's a little more exclusive to them that they're able to go out there and sell the products and services. All right, you'll see more about that once you get started here. So there's 10 different ways. Awesome, awesome. So you can see it. Cool. So there's 10 different ways, all right, that you're going to get paid. So let's go over them, and we'll just cover the basics, not to bog you down and keep you tied up here on a Saturday night too awful long. But there's 2x2 business centers. There's digital products. Now I touched base on that a minute ago. There's residual unilevel commissions. There's the entrepreneur bonuses. Okay. There's the contest bonuses, presidential fast start bonuses, a lifestyle/car bonus available with the presidential membership. And let me tell you guys, that's the best one I've seen in the industry. I've been around this industry for a long time. Ever since I got out of the Army, I've been kind of keeping a pulse on the network marketing industry, right? And it's been a long time, been out a while. But I'm telling you, this is the best car bonus I've ever seen. So, and then I talked a little bit earlier about how to use that live chat service to basically sell it to companies and create an income for you as well that way. So you have that, and a new thing they put in place this year is the team building bonus. That once you start to build a team, you'll be able to see how that works. So, but back to, let's go back up here right here. Now, the residual commissions, we're going to go over that on another slide. I'll cover that there. But the entrepreneur bonuses, I want to cover that right now. So we have different business centers. They start off at $50 one time, and they go up from there. You'll see here in a minute. But I want you to know that the entrepreneur bonuses basically are level 1, level 2, and level 3. They go down 3 levels deep, and it's whenever somebody you personally brought into Ingresso Cybernetico, when they complete that first $50 business center, right, that entrepreneur level business center, you're going to earn a little one-time bonus each time that they do that. So anybody you directly sponsor will be $5 every time they do that. Anybody that's one level away from you, so your level 2 would be $3 one time, just a little bonus for you, and then level 3 is $2 one time. So that's how that works. And the contest, don't forget that. There's usually 2 or 3 contests going on at any given time in a month, and Ingresso typically pays out the first 3 positions, so you want to take advantage of that. Get yourself on that leaderboard and win. I look forward to seeing you there. Okay. Now the presidential fast start bonuses, that is if you're part of that presidential membership. So you'll see once you buy into that, but anywhere from $50 down to $10 through 5 levels deep, and that's when somebody's basically buying presidential membership. Okay. Now this is kind of how the matrices work. Like that's why it's called the entrepreneur bonus, because that $50 level is the entrepreneur level, folks. And it fills out. It's a 2x2. So there's a total of 6 people it takes to fill up the business center, right? So whether you fill them all up yourself, you bring in all 6, or maybe you bring in 2 and they bring in 2. Maybe you just brought in 1 and they brought in 2, and then this one came from spillover from above and they brought in 2. It doesn't matter how it gets filled, right? As long as it gets filled, then you're going to cash out this business center The cool thing is you're going to get paid $125 on this entrepreneur level, and you're going to start over on another clean matrix. You don't have to pay that 50 again. All right, so you just get that 125. That's profit for you because the 50 was only one time. All right, and you start over again. And here's another thing that you want to know. This is a follow me matrix, guys. Right, so anybody you personally sponsor, once they complete their matrix, they're going to land over on your next one with you. So say this is Joe right here, and you complete your matrix, so you're over here on a clean one, right? And then once Joe completes his matrix, the first matrix, now it being a following matrix, so he'll land over on your new one. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you. Type in a number 6 if that makes sense to you. All right, and then we're going to move right along because I know there's about a minute delay, but I'll be watching over there for your answer. Okay? And let's go right along here. So if you look towards the bottom of the screen, there was just a couple products on that first level there. It's just kind of dip your toe in, and the business specialist, you start having access to more and more products. So, and then the quantity increases as we go along. All right. So the follow me matrix works about the same way. The business specialist level, now that's $100 one time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you when you complete the business specialist level, you're going to earn $300. So it's starting to get a little bit more exciting. You're starting to get some more and more products that you need to get a business started really right here and get rolling on the internet. Let's move right along. I think you're kind of getting the idea how this works. Now the business manager level, the matrix works the same way, how it flows. It's a $300 one-time payment. Now you're starting to get enough to get a business off the ground. Good, thank you, thank you. All right, so I love the feedback, so I know you guys can hear me because otherwise I feel like I'm talking to the wall here, right? But so awesome, I appreciate you doing that for me. Now here's the deal. The matrix part works the same. You're starting to get more and more value right here, right? And the cool thing, one of the cool things other than getting more and more products, right, is the fact that your ability to earn increases every time you buy the next Higher Business Center. All right, and so this one is $900. You realize on the $100 level, once you completed that, you earned $300. So if you were smart and wanted to reinvest back into your business until you got up to a sustainable level, right, you'd go ahead and spend that $300 if you haven't already joined the Business Manager Center and join it right away. Because you're not only going to be able to get $900 payouts, but your digital products, your Magic Responder capacity, the many as many people you can have on a Hangout at one time or a Cyberneco Live webinar at one time increases. All this stuff increases basically when you move up to this center. Okay. Now the next one is the Business Director Center. We'll kind of just go through that really fast. The ability to earn increases. Now you just earn, if you've closed out the other one there, you just earned $900, so you could put $500 back into here, start your business director, and you could take $300 to pay for the President Circle if you haven't bought it yet. All right, and still have some money left over. So that's really cool how this one's set up. And of course, when you complete this business center, you're going to earn $1,500. All right, so that payday is getting pretty exciting. If $1,500 payday is exciting to you, type in a number 3. All right, type in a number 3 of $1,500 is a pretty good payday for you to make for completing that business center. And of course, this all works the same. So once you complete it, you're over on a new one. If you brought in all 6, when they complete theirs, all 6 follow you to the new one. If you brought in 2, and when they complete theirs, they follow you over, so on and so forth. Of course, when you're on that new one, anybody new that you bring in on that level would land on the one that you're currently on. They're not going to go back over here if you've already completed it out. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's go on to the next business center so you can kind of see how it works. Now the next level is the Vice President level. It's $1,500. I want to pause this for a second and let you guys know there's a huge storm outside. And if I lose you, I apologize because it's got wind and lightning and rain like crazy out there. So this will be over on YouTube over there. So if it starts cutting out or something, just look for it there in a little bit. But hopefully we'll make it through and finish this. But the Vice President level, all right, still following matrix. All this works exactly the same way. You get a ton more capacity in the products down here, right? The only thing that doesn't increase is the domains because you just get 1 domain per person. Awesome. I see a number 3 over there. Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate you. So just everything else is going up. Cloud is going up. The more you can do, more computers you can put it on or whatnot. Host world capacity goes up. You can do more lead pages. All this stuff goes up. The only thing that doesn't really change is the domains because it's just 1 per person now, okay? Or 1 per business, basically. Now this one, but that's a really nice payday, is $4,500. Woo! All right, that's getting pretty exciting, guys, because I don't know about you, but I like some upfront money. And what I think about the pay plan with Ingresso Cybernetica is you'll see in a minute. It's got the residual aspect too. It's not just a cycle program. We actually have tools that you're going to want to use to build any business, whether it be Ingresso Cybernetica or something else. That's perfectly okay. We're here for you either way. We want to support you, love on you, treat you like family, and help you build a business here on the internet. Okay? So the executive vice president level is at $3,500 one time. This is the level where you can have a custom app built for you. Remember I mentioned before, you might be a brick and mortar business owner that wants to have an app made. There's a form you can download and fill out in the back office and send it in and get our programmers to go to work for you building out an app. Okay. The other cool thing is, now that process takes a little time, so don't think it's going to be done the next day, because you also got to get the stuff approved for, like, through the Play Store, through Apple and all that stuff. So that's really cool. Of course, on all these business centers, you're going to be able to have the Ingresso Cybernetico app to run your business from a tablet or a smartphone. So that's really good. You know, almost everything you're going to be able to do right from your phone there. All right? So this is really cool. Take a wild guess real quick how much you think you can earn when you cycle or when you complete this $3,500 business center. Take a guess. Type it over there in the box. I'm going to pause for a second, grab a sip of water here. All right, so you can type your guess over there if you want. If you want to guess privately, you can change the chat right down there on the bottom. If you see right above where you type your message in, it has public. If you click that, you can change it to private. So anytime that you're on one of our Cybernetico Lives webinars, whether it be a presentation like this or a training, you have the ability to communicate either publicly or privately, okay? It's totally up to you, so you have the control over that. That's one of the features I really like about Cybernetico Live. So take a wild guess. I'll give you just a second. All right, we're going to move right along then. We'll see your guest pop up here in a second, I'm sure. And it's $10,500. That's a really, really, really strong payday. I would like to see you complete this business center maybe once a month or so. I mean, that'd be pretty strong, don't you think? That'd be over $100,000 a year right there. Even if you only did it a couple times a year, that'd be good. But anyways, that's phenomenal earning power that you have with Ingresso Cybernetico. Basically, all this stuff is pretty much maxed out. Just about maxed out. There's some top secret bonus levels or bonus services and things that you get when you come to this last level. The executive board, when you're an executive board member, you get all the stuff that I've showed you before, plus some stuff that we don't even talk about. There's not even enough room to get on this slide, but it's awesome. You'll see when you get started. In this board right here, the guys that are closing out the Follow Me Matrix on the executive board are earning $22,500 every time they complete this matrix. And the cool thing is, it works just like the other matrices. It is a Follow Me Matrix, and that $7,500 is only a one-time payment. So you think, you know, you paid $7,500, you found 6 other people that want to do the same thing you did, you earned $22,500, right? Yeah, it will be awesome. I see your comment. Awesome, definitely. So you would actually earn $22,500, and so you take $7,500 out of that it costs you to be on this board. Not only do you get all the value of the extra products that aren't even listed here that you do get, but you have a huge ability to earn with this. Okay, let's move right along. Now, here's my favorite part about internet marketing: it's residual income. And we're going to go through now to keep everything active and rolling along inside your business. It's $25 a month. Let me bounce. So they're $25 a month, right? And this is where the money comes out to pay you residually. So I'm going to go through an example now. If you notice, there's the shade of the color changes at level 6 and below. That's because level 6 through 12, you're going to want to participate in the President's Club right away to take advantage of that residual income. Okay, and in this what do you call it here? This chart, I guess, this situation, this hypothetical situation we're looking at, we're just looking at you only sponsored 4 members that stayed active and we're serious about building a business. Maybe you sponsored more, but only 4 were really serious, right? You know how that works. So, anyways, level 1, you'd be earning $20 if you were 4 wide, and they were paying you $25 every month, of course, right? So let's say that out of everybody that you're building a business with right here, 4 per level stayed active and built a business. Okay. So if you look down to level 5, and it works out to just about $1,400 a month. That's $1,396, and that's starting to get pretty exciting. You could probably knock your rent payment out with that, or maybe a house payment, or one heck of a car payment, maybe 2 car payments and some insurance and everything. But that's basically how that works right there. It's $5 on level 1 per person or per business, whatever you want to call it. Because some people join this under her business name, instead of a personal name and a social, right? And level 2, it's $2, and then $1, $1, $1. All right. Now it starts getting really exciting, and here's another reason. If you look level 6 and 7, you're starting to get pretty wide at that point when you're teaching, you're getting your team plugged in. There's duplication happening, right? You're getting pretty wide. You bump up, you get a little raise right down here, right? So that's another advantage of being part of that President's Club is $2 per person there, and then $3 on level 7. So if you just look down at level 7, that's over $58,000 a month in residual income through Ingresso Cybernetico. This doesn't count one penny from all that money you earn from completing the business centers over there. All right, all that big money we talk about over there that you can earn if you keep on rocking your business and bringing new members in, and you find something that you're going to duplicate, that doesn't count that at all. All that's on top of that, and that's $58,000 right there. So even if this didn't work out exact, and maybe you only end up getting 10% of this because there were some holes in your organization, still $5,800 a month is strong residual income on top of everything else you can earn. I'm sure you would agree. And like I said, it comes from that $25 membership. Now there's something new. I don't remember if we have a slide in here on this or not, but it's called Smart Pay. So it used to be that we wanted everybody just to log in and pay that automatically. There was no auto pay, but there were so many requests for it because, if you're like me, you're going to forget stuff every now and then. I know you're human, I'm human. So there's something called Smart Order now, right? You can set your monthly membership fee, that $25 up on auto pay, basically. That's what Smart Order is. Here's the cool thing about that too. Not only is there an extra contest every month for folks that folks that are on the Smart Pay are eligible for, the people that aren't are not eligible for, but it also increases if you're at maybe the $100, $200, $300 level, right? Wherever you're at on the capacity for your Magic Responder, it'll bump that up to $20,000 for your capacity on Magic Responder. So that's a huge value right there, just to pay it automatically on something that you're going to pay anyway. And the thing is, you can cancel it anytime. There's no contracts or anything like that, right? So if you're on auto pay and then maybe you change your mind, I mean, I don't know why you would, but because you're going to be using all this to build either this business or another business, right? But you can cancel it anytime on that. Or you can cancel and just drop back and do it manually again. Totally up to you. So some other benefits, we've kind of bounced all around it, touched base on a little bit on this President Circle, right? Now let's go over the benefits of it. It only costs you $300 one time. That's not a per year fee. It's just a one-time. You pay it forever. Now, whoever invited you here tonight, they already have an Ingresso Cybernetico website. So you can go to their website, okay, or your own if you just get started tonight, and you can see the additional products because not only does the President Circle allow you to earn more money on the unit level residual commissions, level 6 through 12, not only does it have the Presidential Fast Start bonuses we touched base on earlier on levels 1 through 5, not only do you have the ability to earn on the car bonus when you're part of the President Circle, but you actually get additional products as well. So all the different products that we offer, it increases your capacity on that as well, okay? So now this is getting really, really exciting. And this car bonus right here, you just look at the smile, the genuine smile on their faces right there, because, and I want to explain to you something and why I think this is probably the best car bonus or lifestyle bonus in the industry. Is because, we call it / lifestyle bonus, because you don't have to buy a car with it. You can buy whatever you want. You'll see once you get started how you get it, right? So you had to do XYZ to get it. Well, if you did XYZ twice, you get double. So instead of 500, you get 1,000. That's what I mean by this is an awesome car bonus. Here's another thing about this. Almost every company I've ever seen out in internet land that had a car bonus, 1, you actually had to buy a car for it. 2, you had to qualify 2 or 3 months in a row to make sure that you were going to keep that. So if you qualify for it 1 month, you probably didn't get anything if your qualification dropped back out the next month. So this is pretty cool. You qualify for it, you can do this on month 1, qualify for it multiple times over. I've seen guys get $3,000 and $4,000 checks just in this car bonus, lifestyle bonus, because they came in, they took it serious, they dug their heels in, they focused on Ingresso Cybernetico only as far as building the business goes. And they just really kicked some butt and got some big checks. So it's definitely possible, not guaranteed. I don't know how hard you're going to work. I don't want to make any promises to you. But what I'm saying is it's a possibility. Okay? Really good way to earn some extra money than Ingresso Cybernetico is doing that. So, I mean, at this point, we've been on here almost 30 minutes. You're probably asking yourself, how do I get started? So what I want you to do is get back with the person that referred you to this webinar. Okay? Decide what level you want to start at. And then plug in the 30-day blueprint and the weekly trainings that we mentioned. And that's basically about it, guys. I appreciate you coming out. If you got any questions, type them over there in that chat box. I'll stay on here about 1 or 2 more minutes. And then if I don't see anything, we're going to end it. And again, you can switch the chat to private and ask me a private question if you like, okay? Well, thanks for coming out. And that completes the presentation for tonight. I'm going to mute myself out, and we'll go from there. All right, I must have done a good job. I don't see any questions out there, so we're going to go ahead and close this out for tonight. Really appreciate you coming out. I just want you to know right now we're doing a blitz between now and the end of the month. So it's just something that we're doing so you don't have to learn how to do the presentation yourself right away. You can focus on getting your business started and just get good at inviting. You can invite people to these presentations. We're going to have one of these every day, all right? Most of them are probably going to be at 9 o'clock. There'll be some at some other times, and you can get with whoever invited you here tonight. Or once you get started yourself, just get with corporate. You probably see it on the webinars tab listing. Probably you'll see all that listing up there on Monday night. But here's the deal. We're going to have these going on between now and August 31st to help you really explode your Ingresso Cybernetical business. So plug in, get started tonight, and go ahead and then start inviting people to these presentations so they can get started with Ingresso Cybernetical with you and get your business off to a head start. Take care. Have a great night.